Today, we're going to be checking out the Earthquaker Devices Life Pedal version 3. I am glad to see this as a permanent addition to Earthquaker's lineup. I loved the original Life pedal. I had a version 1. I know they did that limited run of the version 2 in that smaller box, but people were really disappointed to see it go. So they reworked some stuff since the originals had, I believe, some vintage chips in them. And they have been able to faithfully recreate that sound and feeling of the original, that huge just droning wall of sound that we love from the originals, and make it into a permanent edition in a V3. And I actually like the enclosure and the art on this one the best. I think it's the most practical. Everything on it is now foot switchable, independent, and it's just overall, I think, an incredible unit. I'm so happy to have this back because it is one of my favorite Doom drone sounds I've ever gotten. So while I don't have my V1 anymore, I can say that this definitely nails that sound of the V1. So let's definitely go through and talk about what's in this thing, is because it's essentially 3 pedals in one pedal. It is the signature pedal from the droning Doom band Sun, named after, of course, the Sun amplifiers, which of course don't exist anymore, unfortunately, but they still use. So what is in this thing? Well, like I had talked about in my original video, there is the amplitude side, which is a faithfully recreated white face rat. And what's cool is it has 3 different clipping options. You have the original silicone, and then there is symmetrical and asymmetrical clipping. To give you different compression. Essentially, it kind of changes the tone a bit, and a bit of how much gain almost, and how it feels to play. So we'll go through that for sure, but it's great to have those options because it really helped me dial this in to where I liked it. There's the octave now, which was in the originals as well, and it's based off an old vintage Shinai octave. It's an octave up, and it kind of has this kind of glitchy sound. Definitely works with the big droning sound. Before, it wasn't foot switchable. You either had to just turn the knob up or down to where you wanted it, or use it with an expression pedal. You can still use it with an expression pedal. It's actually kind of fun to do that because you can fade in these high octaves and get some kind of feedback sounds, especially when you're doing single note melody stuff. But now you can just switch that on and off, something the original and the second version did not have. And then there is also the magnitude setting, which is a MOSFET clean boost that just allows you to slam into this thing even harder. I really like that because it's, I like boosting and distortion anyway, and just to have that in a unit, it's fantastic. So when I'd originally demoed this pedal, I went in, did the traditional thing with a distortion. You go into the clean channel of an amp, got some great Doom droning sounds, that was it. But like I said, this band uses Sun Model Ts. Now, I have a Sun Model T preamp that's pretty faithfully recreated from electric audio experiments. So I decided I'm going to run this pedal into that and see what happens into a power amp. And I got one of the best droning Doom sounds of my life. So that's what we're going to use for the video. We're going to have the Life pedal go into my electric audio experiments model FET, going into my KSR PA50. And that's going to all go into my 2 Notes Captor X with an IR blend of my DV77 and VM1265. And we'll hear that all out of mix as well. Let's check it out. So it does not disappoint. I can say the V3 definitely holds up against the V1. It does everything and more. I'm so glad I have this back, and I'm definitely not letting this one go. Not a chance. I'm going to keep this for a long time. It's one of my favorite kind of fuzz, distortion, dooming, droning sounds I've ever gotten. So it's definitely going to stay around for a while. I'm going to have a link down below if you want to check this out or anything else from Earthquaker, or if you want to check out that model FET from Electric Audio Experiments. Also awesome. These two pair so good together, as you were able to hear. Thanks you for watching, guys. Stay metal.